Hi once again. Yeah, another trip upstairs to the collection, and we sorted out another telephone which once again I had forgotten all about. Don't know where I got it from, it's possibly off of eBay, but anyhow I looked at it and thought, what country has this come from? Thought it might have been Russian. There's the name there, UEM, the model number, the RS number, and turning it back over so they can have a better look at the innards. I've taken the dial off or so you can see underneath. Very unusual dial. Well made in mainly plastic or neoprene. It obviously does the job, and you've got your regulator there, the two sets of springs. The ones on the left are the off normals and the pulsing springs are down there. 3 wire connecting it, which seems to be the norm for this type of phone. I'd say a well-made dial actually. It is well made. It doesn't follow any of the other dials that I've seen, so it's I suppose a one-off. Anyhow, before we go on, I did find out a little bit about it. Had quite a job to be quite honest. And what I did find out was under that name EM72, which is obviously the model number, there's a picture in good old Google, and I can ascertain that it was made between 1955 and 1977 in Romania. So it's actually a Romanian phone made by, now it's Uzina, which is Uzina Electrica, which they call themselves UEM, which appears on the phone. And this information, funny enough, came from the Science Museum collection of the Science Museum in Kensington. Whether you take this as a very rare phone or not, I don't know. I don't think so. I'm just lucky enough that I picked this up at some time and was able to give a little talk on it. Now, I did take all the bits out so you can see them all. It is slightly unusual. The case is intact actually, and the number goes at the bottom there. Inside, well, it's a normal case. What I didn't find was that there was no diagram. Not to worry, can't expect everything. Looking a little bit further inside, all right, it's, I suppose you'd say it's built like a battleship. Very basic, very effective. There's your two capacitors. It looks like one has probably failed and then they've increased it by adding that one, but must have been added years ago. Your cradle springs are there. Your induction transformer, the anti-side tone, that's intact. There's a couple of, no, there's one resistor. There's one resistor there. I say a resistor. It looks a very unusual resistor, I must admit. Got a number 180 on it, so I presume it is a resistor. 180 ohms, which is a strange size. The wires are all on those horrible spade type terminals. I've obviously got to live with it. Oh, they're the terminations to the dial. The cable coming in, the line cord if you like, is the old cord. This is a braided type cord. The other end of it I've cheated. I've took the wires off and brought them out on the pair of wires. As far as I know, this phone works. There's your bell. An unusual looking bell, I must admit. You've got an adjuster down there, which obviously acts on the bell hammers. Clearing the dust off, it looks like it's 1,000. No, it says here 10,000. Was it 10,000? No, I think it's 1,000. It's got to be 1,000. It's not very clear at all. But it's a single coil. And once again, they terminate down onto little spade type terminals. I'd have much rather have seen screws used. I thought in going back, this obviously goes back a few years. Don't know the exact date of this phone. I've given the date of when was it? 50. Let's have a look. 55 to 77. So obviously this was in that range. And by looking at that cord, I would think it's probably the earlier part. Although, let's have another little look. What do we see there? 9/75. So it looks like this is possibly made in 75. That's on the original capacitor, not the one that's been added. So that gives an indication that it's possibly the age, and would make sense. Sorry, the innards are a little bit dusty, or should I say patina? Yes, a much better word, patina. And this is stuff that gives idea of perhaps the age, or the fact it's never been cleaned. Anyhow, that is more or less about. I'll show you the handset. Close up again of the dial. I quite like these dials. They're fairly basic, well made, on a metal backing. That's your regulator. Just trying to see if there's anything written on there. There is something written there. Unfortunately, my eyes are not that good to see what it says. Turn him over. There's the other side. Just numbers. Once again, well-made dial. And it goes in these little catches, so this is what way that would be held in. So it is, all in all, quite a well-made phone. The bell itself is on like a metal chassis, which is sprung. It also holds the dial. So the dial and bells are on like a spongy fixing. So yeah, it's well thought out. I'm trying to think of anything else to say, and I can't. I run out. I will have something to say. Here we have the handset in good nick, not a mark on it. Typical way the transmitter and receiver are connected. Here I've got the receiver, which shows the name UEM. There's a number on there as well, and I think there's a date. Is that a date? I can see better looking through the phone, the camera, than I can normally. It looks like 1988. It looks like 1988. So it looks like this phone was obviously had a little bit of work done on it, and they changed the receiver. Well, not receiver, the transmitter. Get it right in a minute. There we are, well made receiver. This is the receiver, which fits into there. The transmitter, or the microphone. Why they're called transmitters and not microphones, I don't know. I think it's something traditional going back many years. Well, there's your microphone, or the transmitter, which is similar design to what you find on the continent. May not be exactly the same, but it's basically the same design. And that would be a carbon carbon grain microphone or transmitter. Comments on this phone: for its age, well made, nice simple design, no diagram, well, not one I've found. Whether there's one under that circuit board, I don't know. I'm not taking it off to see. The cables are well held in. This one here's had a bit of tape around it. I might have put that in years ago, don't know. But there we are. Nice, interesting phone. Recapping, from Romania. Made by Uzina Electrica, which is UEM. And the information I got was from an example of this same model at the Science Museum, Kensington. So thanks again for watching, and we'll pop him up on YouTube. Thank you again. Thank you.